Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you're all well, and if this is the first time that you have visited the channel, then welcome. I hope you enjoy the video and videos that we have done over the last while. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. It is a lovely sunny night. It has been quite a very windy, rainy, but very humid day so far. But I'm glad that it's nice weather now, that I'm home from work. It's the weekend. I don't normally work a Saturday. I normally don't work weekends, but I'm working tomorrow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the sort of weekend ahead. And so today I thought it'd be nice just to do a bit of a quick video for yourselves to show you one of the lunch bowls from Slim World's range within the Food Warehouse. They do also sell it within the Iceland stores as well. So I don't have an Iceland close to me, but I do have a Food Warehouse close to me. So obviously it's just for you guys at home who may or may not have one close to you, then it is worth kind of keeping an eye out for deals. I don't know if the deals are different between each store. I know it's overall the same company, but it may be that they do have different deals on, not just for the Slim World pots, but you know, some low sin or low calorie sort of snacks, like ice lollies, crisps, and obviously your vegetables as well that you can pop into the freezer. So the one that we're going to try today is the Naked Beef Burrito. So personally for me, I've never had this before. My husband really likes this. So if he's ever wanting to pop in and buy a few of these to take to work, this would normally be his sort of go-to. So what it is it's layers of rice, beans and beef with a spicy sauce topped with pickled roasted red onion, and it has a 1 chilli rating. So it's a 400-gram tub. It's very, very cold. My fingertips are numb from holding it. Let's pop this down for a second. So yeah, it's 400-gram tub, and it's a smoky chilli sauce made with cooked minced beef, beef strips and coriander, white rice, pinto and black turtle beans with roasted red peppers, sweet corn and pickled roasted red onion, which sounds really, really up my street. Like I said, I've not tried it before. I'm not sure why. I think it's just because my husband buys quite a few of them, and then I'll always try to do like a bit of a mix. But I also don't like to rely upon these too much, because I do enjoy sort of making up my own lunch to take to work sometimes with me as well. So there is that element of it involved too. So 26% of this tub is rice, 9% is the cooked beef strips, and that is 99% beef. They also have cooked minced beef, which is 7%, and 6% onion, 6% red pepper, and then you've got your sort of sweet corn and your beans at 3% each. So there is a bit of sort of spice and flavouring in there, as you would expect, but they also have probably one of the strangest ingredients I've ever seen on here is seaweed granules. Now, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy or eat seaweed anywhere other than the Chinese takeaway or restaurant. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that before I start thinking about Chinese food, because it is definitely a weakness of mine. So yeah, put that to one side and try to forget about it for a minute. Anyway, nutritional information is per 100 grams. So just to be mindful, if you guys are having all of this to yourself, you're maybe going to half it. Sometimes if myself and my husband are in the house, we will half the sort of meals that we have. So the sort of larger ones for dinner, sort of dinner size if you like, we always half them, but the lunch pots, it depends on what we're doing, what we've got planned later on, and if we're just sitting about the house on a weekend, if the weather's not too great, then we will share the lunch pot between us and maybe have some fruit or vegetables on the side, really, just as a way of getting in some extra speed food as well. So as I was saying, per 100 grams it's 97 calories, and it's 1.2 grams of fat, 13.9 grams of carbs, 2.4 grams of sugars, 2.5 grams of fibre, 6.3 grams of protein and 0.3 grams of salt. So they advise you to cook it from frozen in the microwave for 8 minutes, and it's 4 minutes, take it out, stir it around, pop it in for another 4 minutes. But as always with any of these meals, just make sure that it's cooked all the way through and it's piping hot. There's nothing worse than thinking your food is really, really hot and taking a bite out of it and realising it is very, very cold. it's pretty disappointing, and it pretty much ruins the mood of the meal. It does for me anyway. So as with all of these recipes, meals from Some World, they do have recipe cards attached, either sort of in the inside or the upper side. This recipe on here serves 4 people and it's ready within 30 minutes apparently. So if I like this, then I know my husband does, but if I like this, it may be good to maybe make it for 4 people, but myself and my husband could maybe take it to work for lunch, and that would obviously serve us for 2 days. Or we could maybe try making it at home as well, just as our own sort of version. But yeah, this is a sort of recipe card. If you guys haven't seen one before, this is what it looks like. And they do this for all of their meals, so you can always try to sort of make it at home if you want to do that. If I was going to be doing this at home, I think I would need to try to get a sort of low sin or healthy extra version of like a wrap or a pita type thing. But yeah, I think that would probably make it pretty much top notch. Failing on that, we need to have some sort of sides, maybe some dips and some other sort of stuff on the table, if you like, just to make it feel a little bit more special if we're having a sort of Mexican food night in. So what I'm going to do just now is pop this into the microwave. I'll come back, I'll let you see the finished product, I'll let you see what it looks like. Just very quickly, if I can break this tab off. There does seem to be a lot of colour in there, and a lot of beans, a lot of peppers, a lot of sort of pickles, roasted onions. That looks really good to me. Obviously the rice is sort of white part at the bottom, and obviously there's like a spicy sort of chilli sauce in there. So as I said, I'll pop it into the microwave, I'll bring it back, I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I'll have a little taste of it as well, just to give you guys a bit of info about it. So yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey everyone, so we have put our meal into the microwave as directed, cooked as per instructions, and given it a stir around. It is definitely boiling hot. The steam coming off of this right now is very, very hot indeed, and I'm trying not to burn my hand, so I'm going to pop it down for a second and I'll just let you know quickly what I've had to eat today so far, which might be helpful. So first of all, this morning I didn't have my usual omelette, so I actually woke up a bit earlier than usual and I had some honeydew melon. I had a Muller Turkish Delight yogurt, which is the one with the sort of dark sprinkled chocolate in it, for one sin, and I also had some tangerines as well. For lunch I had chicken fajita, I almost forgot there, chicken fajita Summer World lunch pot, just because it's Friday and it was quite convenient for me to have. And I know that means I'm having 2 in a row today, but actually, do you know what, it's Friday, the less stress that I add to my already very stressful busy life, the better. And so with that I had my 30 grams of cheddar all cut up, and I also had a handful of Flavour Bomb cherry tomatoes, which I did mention on my video a couple of days ago when I did sort of mini sort of food haul. They are delicious, and myself and my husband, we both take little small tubs, little sort of Tupperware boxes of our 30 grams of cheddar cut up into little cubes, and the cherry tomatoes as well, just as a bit of an extra snack. And whether we eat it as a snack on its own as like one whole thing, or whether we just graze on it throughout the day, it's a really nice snack that we both enjoy. So that's healthy extra A, first choice, the first one that we used. And I didn't have anything else. I then got home and I had another tangerine, and I also had Warburton's seeded bagel with 2 slices of Dairy Lee sort of single sort of slices of cheese. And that's my healthy extra B choice used up, and my other healthy extra A choice used up. Now my plan is to have this, which is free, and there are no sins attached to that. And then the rest of the night, I'm not sure what our plans are, if we have any plans. It is Friday night, but we are both working tomorrow as well, so it may probably just be a quiet one. But regardless, I've still got a decent amount of sins left. I do tend to have 10 or less, but if it's a Friday night or if we're doing something, I'll allow myself maybe up to 15. I know I can have up to the 15 allowance, but I just tend not to, because I feel that the food that I eat in a day is sufficient enough for me without feeling like I have to use my sins. Like I don't want to just go and eat them for the sake of eating them because I know I can, because that's not a good habit to get into. So anyway, I hope that was useful. That's what I've had so far today. Lots of speed food, and obviously we now have our free food here as well. So once it's cooled down a little bit, I'll give it a bit of a try and I'll let you know how it is. So I've got a bit of pepper, a bit of rice, a bit of beef, and a bit of onion on there as well. And let me see, a bit of sweet corn, and I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, and a little bit of the beans as well. So that's what it looks like. It's actually really nice. It's nicer than I expected it to be. The only thing I would say is it's maybe missing a little bit of salt and pepper, but I can add that, I can add that in. It's not a problem, it's not a big issue. And I'm going to have a little bit of the beef on its own just to give it a bit of a try to see what the texture's like. That texture's really good. It's almost like sort of pulled beef, very slow cooked beef. It's not tough or chewy. It does break away in your mouth as soon as you go to chew it. It just sort of falls apart, which is lovely. And I think with this sort of dish with the beans and the rice, it does definitely complement it very well, having the sort of soft beef. I think if it was much more sort of chewy in texture or tough, I think it would probably ruin this, because it does have a really nice flavour to it. But as I said, a little bit of salt and pepper for me personally as a preference choice, a personal choice, and a personal preference is definitely what I would add. But yeah, I would recommend this if you want to give something a little bit of a try. It's a little bit different. Obviously there's no wrap involved with the burrito, so you just save yourself lots of sins and lots of calories as well, because each wrap is at least sort of 200 calories or more, depending on which size and which brand. So before you know it, it's basically just a receptacle to hold the food in, and I don't find wraps very filling at all. It's the stuff in them that obviously fills you up. But as I said earlier, this little recipe card I think might come in handy, and it's certainly something that I would like to try over the next couple of days. So yeah, if I try that out, I'll maybe let you guys know how it turns out, and if I don't, I won't. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been useful, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope the weather stays lovely for all of you, especially if you're in Scotland, because right now we have had terrible rainy, windy, wet weather, which I'm sure will have scuppered a lot of people's plans in the summer holidays if you have any children. So yeah, I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I hope this has been a useful video, and as always, thank you so much for your support, your encouragement and your words of wisdom. It is much appreciated. So take care, and I shall catch you on the next one. Bye.